I will never sell my property. I'm Tim Diesel, I'm a commercial real estate consultant, and today I want to talk about a question I received of somebody who's owned a property for a long time, and they are having some regrets about selling their property, and they think they sold too early. And I'm going to tell you guys, or give you my opinion on why I think you can never sell too early. So here's something that is going to make a lot of sense to many of us. If you're making a profit, how could it be a bad deal, right? If you're losing money, that's not very good. So if you make a profit, even a little bit after you sell your property, you could do that all over. You could do that over and over and over and over, and you'll be just fine. Now, the minute you start losing money, that could be a problem. No, that is a problem. So many of you that have your property, and maybe you bought it 5 or 6 years ago and it's doubled in value, maybe it's tripled, maybe you're making so much cash now. Well, here's the thing that's tricky about real estate. It's easy in the beginning to get that curve on the way up, to get those cash flows, the parabolic growth that everybody's talking about. The difficult part becomes, well, when you've owned it and you've gotten it to a level that's peaked, very hard to do that again. So you can double the value initially, but try doubling the value after you've already doubled the value. It's a little bit tougher. So I tell everybody, if you've owned it for the first 3 to 5 years and you've already doubled the value significantly and you're making money, get out. Why? Well, because you've already made your money. Take your money and find another deal. And if you're looking for deals constantly, like I've suggested to you, and you're writing LOIs, and you're making 30 offers because it takes 30 offers to get one, and an LOI is a letter of intent. If you're sending letters of intent to owners, you're going to be getting other deals. You're going to get other opportunities. Now, here's the problem. If you keep a property, and let's say you've made the value go up, and the market goes down, and you held on to it, the market goes up again, and you're still keeping on the property, the only real appreciation that you've made is through the rents, because you haven't really, unless you refinance it, right? But if you refinance it, now you have debt on the property again. So if you're doing that, that's fine if you're going to pull that out and get something else. If there's room for growth, keep the property. If you've already maxed it out and you're just thinking, I'm going to wait for another 5 or 10 years, if that's your strategy going in, then great. That's one thing. That's perfect. If you wanted to keep it for 10 years and so let's say you bought it for $1 million and your 10-year plan is to get it up to $3 million, perfect. Keep doing that. But if you already got it to $3 million in a year and a half, going on 2, might want to look into that. Might want to look into selling. Just because getting it from $3 million to $5 or $6 million, that's a whole nother ballgame. That is a little bit tough. Because you can easily get in there, raise the rents that are already low, right? Let's say the rents were at $800 and now you're going to raise them to $1,200 or $1,100. That's one thing. You can raise it up $400. Are you going to be able to do another $400 the following, from there on out? So are you going to be able to go from $1,500 to $2,000 to? Probably not. So keep that in mind. If you have a strategy where you buy and hold everything you can, that's one thing. If you're getting in there and your plan is to increase the value, keep that in mind too. If you got it quicker, if your plan is to hold it for 5 years and you made your goal in 2 years, it's probably time to move on. But my rule has always been, if you double your money, get out. Because what are you trying to prove at that point? You put $100 in, you got $200 out. All right, let's move on to the next deal. There's no reason to triple and quadruple and keep staying on. You've already passed on other deals. So your one gem that you thought you had is great, but there's other stuff along the way. So it's nothing wrong with keeping property, but just make sure you know how you're going to increase the value and know your exit strategy. So keep that in mind when you're formulating a plan. Look at the big picture. All right, I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.